far, Miami. I'm not going to do this flight online. But as you can see, I've got a few things turned on, but that VRAM's still hovering right around 8 out of 11 gigabytes. So it usually gets a little worse at night, gets up 9, 10 gigabytes. I've seen 10.3 here out of 11. I've even had it run out of VRAM here, so let's just try to get this off the ground. So we're going to Toncontin, American 961. The real world flight's leaving in just about 30 minutes. I don't have that kind of time today, but I wanted to do this. Just a sign. Yes. We're in the baby bus again. And let's see how much of a problem GSX is going to be today. It's flickering. I'm watching that VRAM up there. Oh boy. Gotta be careful. So welcome to Miami. It's the Mojito 2-star, I believe, Sid, I believe. Let's get the catering going. Took a little extra fuel just in case we got to go down south. And my American Airlines excuse now is that they're the ones that fly from Miami to Toncontin Hub. Transport Hub does not like when I fly American. I don't like when I fly American. Actually, I can't remember the last time I flew American. I don't even think I've ever flown American in my life. Maybe once? Maybe. Maybe once. Potentially one time. Alright. Toncontin, buddy. They're pretty much, there's a United flight from Houston, but it takes like 3 hours. I looked at all the arrivals for today.
I'm out for the walk around.
Okay. So you got arriving into Airbus or 737 arriving into Tegucigalpa, Toncontin today. You got San Salvador, Avianca A319. That's a 30-minute flight. Not worth it in my opinion. Plus, I don't even think I have seen. I don't even know if there's scenery for San Salvador. I'll take a look once we get up in the air. Miami, American 961, which is that's us right here. Panama City, PTY is a Copa 737-800. Houston, United 737. Miami again, American 1531 A319. Guatemala City. DFW's longer, buddy, and it's still American. And that's not today. That's what day of the week is that? I scrolled down here. It's tomorrow. That's American 2949, and I don't have DFW scenery actually. It's December 14th. Matter of fact, today that same flight number is going to San Pedro Sula, which is, where is that? It's on the north side of Central America. So 2949 does Tegucigalpa on, so they did it the 11th. They're doing it tomorrow. So yeah, a couple times a week. So I'm going to be very careful with the VRAM here. I put the textures up to 4K. We're going to keep it offline, off VATSIM. Not that I don't know, you never know when somebody's going to pop up. Looks like we got a step climb during our flight. We're going to get down to Dengu and step to 370. I put some cargo on, 128 passengers out of, I forget what this one holds. Cost index is 45. Keep it just kind of like, again, American can afford it. Just like Delta can. Alright, the Tropos 481, same as it was last night down here. And on the descent, it'll be 553. Alright, net flight plan. Let's, I should probably get some ATIS first, huh? Let's see what we get here. I gotta get my booster shot and work this afternoon, all in the same time frame. Not real thrilled about that. Hopefully, I didn't check the wind at Toncontin, so hopefully the wind's right. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, that's not good. Forgot to get the ground air. Should probably do that before the passengers come on, since it's 88 degrees in the flight deck right now. I could open a window and cool it down a little bit. A little bit. I have to set up GSX to make sure all these... Yeah, all the equipment up here. There we go. Cool air coming in now. So yeah, catering's coming along. Some LSG sky chefs. Alright. Take a look at our received messages here. Oh, never did get a load sheet, huh? Alright. Quebec. They're a 70 at 10. So east departure. Aircraft assigned 8 left. Must have numbers for runway 12 also. Interesting. So let's see, I gotta take a peek where we are. I'm not gonna open Navigraph charts just yet. Again, you know, we're up to 8.2 and you can see the VRAMs come down at 10.7, so all it takes is one little spike and that's it. Done. Because I got these textures on 4K. So we're at Delta 9, I believe. It's the real world gate. The real world flights depart from this gate. Let me just set up my charts on my iPad and we'll take another look at everything here in a second. Alright. Gotta make sure I stay hydrated today for my booster shot. Alright, so it's gonna be easterly departure, so we are, so it's RNAV to Baller off all the runways. I think we're on the 8 side. Yeah, Delta, so we're in the corner at the top end of Miami Airport. So closest for us is going to be 8 right. So we'll run numbers for 8. 8 right's the better departure as far as views and stuff are concerned. So we're gonna go with that and pretend like they. What do you mean we need numbers for 12? All right. Ooh. I gotta be careful doing that. All right. I get a load sheet now. Let me just write this down. So we are flight number 961. 961, 125, we'll say 0.5, because sometimes if I do 550 and round it up, it doesn't do that. 147.1, except 34 and 31.4, so we're loaded aft, or almost neutral. We'll have a slight down trim. I believe, well, this is an A319, so yeah, like 30.05 is completely zero trim on this, perfectly balanced, as they would say. And then the fuel in the tanks is supposed to be 22,000. That's funny. That's the same we took down to 22.0. That's the same amount of fuel we took down last night to Key West. Again, I will pop up the charts. It's saying runway 02, so I think that's the one we want. RNAV 02. And I think we're going to want it from the Melvo. Talag 1. To take a look at these charts. And again, I'll pop these up as soon as I can. Yeah. Okay, let's take a look at this flight plan. Because we go to Talag, and that's our slot time. Oh, we got a delay. 14 minutes for airport traffic. Because it's Miami, of course. Alright, let's do the flight plan. So we're going to go 8 right. Mojito 1. And we are going to Fundy, I believe. Yep, Fundy. Sir. From Fundy, we go Upper Mike 335 to Albeck. That's good. She should probably be doing it this way. Then Upper Zulu 637 to Dengu, where we will step climb. Albeck. Take a right there. Bag of Larry. Down at Dengu. Step climb. Upper Zulu 637 to Paybell. Upper Zulu 514
no issues on the walk route.
And then Toncontin direct. We're expecting 02. So it's going to be the RNAV 02. And we're going to stick in Talag, and what we're going to do is we're going to clear out TNT, the actual VOR there, right? Via Melvo, off the Talag 1. And then that actually should delete TNT for us, I believe. Yep. There's the holding. And this is going to be completely, going to have to fly it kind of completely manual here. Take a quick peek at the, so we'll come in, where's Melvo? There's Melvo, right? So it's Talag, direct to Melvo, 9,000. And then we'll start slowing down. We'll get slow, you know, probably here at TG015. We'll take a look at those charts in a little bit. Okay, let's start boarding. The fuel's almost done, so let's get these passengers on board now that we've got it cooled down a little bit here. A lot of cargo today. A lot of cargo today. All right, here come the passengers. Gotta watch the VRAM spike. All right, the Mojito 1 star, or SID, excuse me, Mojito 1 is, I think it's assigned by ATC, is there? If I'm not, top altitude assigned by ATC. We gotta cross One Love at or above 5,000. We're going right by my buddy's house in the Keys today. So we'll say 5,000 initial. Let's do this. Oh, shoot. Hold on a second. Let's see.
Hi, the security and safety check are all done. Are we good to start boarding?
Go for it.
Thanks. Clear to board.
I don't know how I lost my assignment for this aircraft. I've flown this one before. Alright. Let's get that down. AOC's boarding radnavs. What do we got in there? Yeah, let's put in Dolphin. Because if all else fails, we need to come back around to the Dolphin VOR for a visual. Alright. Alright, radnav, hit it. Alright, what do we got? No, you know what? Did they send me another company message? No. So we had 125.5. Block at 22.0. And let's see our dispatch release. 3.5 on the reserve. Although this is flag ops, it actually should be 30 with a 5% room reserve. I'm so used to just hitting the button. 2.9 on the alternate. And then he gave us 400 for the taxi. EFOB on board when we get to Toncontin. 9.8. So it looks like we're going to have 10.4 as of right now. Now it hasn't calculated that I just pulled the winds. This will disappear when the wind data, up there it comes. So then this will disappear in a second, and the computer will read the winds that have been uploaded. Yep, see, it's adjusting now. So 6438, that's still 10 and some change, 10.4. The trip on SimBrief is calling for 11.7 and 2 hours and 6 minutes. So it's uncannily accurate. The only thing is SimBrief thinks that 3.5 is 45 minutes, so it's pretty accurate. All right, let's run the numbers, and we'll do it the real way. Run the numbers here. Oh, Keflavik and Faroe Islands. That's where Chewy's flying today. We'll pop in and see what he's up to. All right, so 8 right. Hot in Miami today. They might try to give us flat. Well, it's a long runway. They might. We'll see. And then let's get numbers for 12. I wonder what a pain in the butt it is for people on planes that don't have the aero data kind of software that they can't just send off in an iPad.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board. Please place your large bags into the overhead locker, wheels first, and keep your small items under the seat in front of you. These include laptops,
no traffic. I might do the
and
AI
loose items of clothing. Once you have safely stowed your cabin bag, please take your seat. To help us ensure a prompt departure, we would kindly ask that you keep the aisle clear, enabling all remaining customers to board. Your seatbelt can now be fastened ready for departure. This is a no smoking service. Thank you for observing this policy.
Put in a fuel report here. Oh, that's boarding. Need a fuel report before they yell at me telling me it's missing. 5409 56 that makes 22. On 128, fuel's done. We can go right here. We got performance numbers. Let's put the pumps on. Let's see what we got. So we got numbers for 8 right. Dry, NISO packs on, 9 headwind, 27 Celsius. Thrust ref is 56. Down 0.22, 42, 43, 47, flap 1, flex 70. Oh yeah. Maximum flex. Alright, what about 12? Flap 2, flex 70. Same numbers. Alright, so we want to do, I'll borrow his for a minute. Let's start the APU. Wait for the flap open, we'll hit the button. I gotta write these numbers down. Should have done 12 first and then. Alright, starting the APU.
Okay.
He's gonna stop. Well, he can't stop it now, can he? Or can he? Alright. So it's 1. Down 0.2. $70, 42, 43, 47. Call 5 knots before.
Cabin crew tank reporting is complete.
Oop. And yes, indeed, we are cruising 35,000. Actually, this is supposed to be an even route, isn't it? How did that happen? This is an even... No, I don't even care. We're on VATSIM. Whatever. We're not on VATSIM. Whatever. This should be an even route. Okay, ground power. Bleed. There's the door. Nothing, 46. I'm gonna have to run these numbers again. Oh, before start checklist.
Cockpit prep.
Completed.
Completed. Gear pins and covers.
Removed.
Signs.
On auto.
Adheres.
Nav.
Fuel quantity.
22,000 pounds.
Takeoff data.
Set.
Baro ref.
$3026 set.
3026 set. Electronic load sheet.
Sent.
Down to the line.
Beacon. Below the line. Below the line.
Windows and doors.
Closed.
Closed. Beacon.
On.
Thrust levers.
Idle.
Parking brake.
Set.
Before start checklist complete.
Request pushback and start clearance. Request pushback and start clearance.
Hey guys, all packs are on board. Are we cleared to close?
Yes.
Thanks. See you up there.
Bye-bye now.
Ground cockpit.
So we have
are
2.5 gigs of VRAM right
please
now.
confirm the parking brake is set.
We got new numbers.
Locking the gear now.
Same numbers. right. Yeah, we're right on the end, so we're gonna go nose right, tail left.
All right, Captain. Bypass pin is inserted and the
Come
tug is
around.
connected.
We're on the back
Ready
side
to
of
push
these,
at
so
your
we're gonna
discretion
come around this
and,
building
please
and
release
go
parking brake.
that way. All right, brakes released. You clear to push.
Captain, you are
Off the
clear
blocks
for
at
engine
18.
start.
Starting engine 2. Starting engine 2. Starting engine 2.
Check.
Co-pilot hasn't had his coffee
Cabin
yet.
crew, please arm your doors for departure. Thank you.
Okay, bleeds up. And 2. Oil pressure. Gotta get
Ladies and
a
gentlemen,
better
boys and girls,
GSX
good morning
profile
and
for
a very warm welcome to your
this
flight today.
airport.
My name is Norman. It's my pleasure to introduce the rest of the crew today. Working in the front we have Philip. Shortly in the middle is Marcus, and at the back of the cabin is Joe. We're here for your comfort, but primarily your safety. With that in mind, we'd like to take you through the safety procedures of this aircraft, an Airbus A319. It just takes 2 minutes of your time, but most importantly, your attention. Thank you.
Yeah, they put baby in the corner over here.
Ladies and gentlemen, we
All right,
now
that's
ask
good,
for
that's
your
good.
attention while we take you through the safety
should've
procedures on this
looked at it.
aircraft.
Pushback complete. Set parking brakes and confirm.
Miami, massive airport.
Rear, 2 in the middle, and
Right,
2 at the
engine
front
one's
of the
available.
cabin. Floor lighting will guide you to an
Starting
exit.
engine 1.
Please be aware that your nearest exit may
Starting
be
engine one.
behind you.
Check.
In an emergency,
Mike's so
leave
bad.
all cabin baggage on board.
Oh.
Your seatbelt is fastened, adjusted, and released as
Go
shown.
help me get a little PTU
It must
there,
be
bud.
fastened when the seatbelt signs are on, and we recommend that you keep it fastened
I need
at
more
all
coffee
times.
Plug is
myself.
disconnected and bypass
If the
pin
air
is
supply
removed.
fails, masks will
Signal
drop
you
from
on
above
the
you.
side and
Pull a mask
after flight.
towards you to start the oxygen. Put the mask over your nose and mouth. Hold in place with the strap.
All right, Norman.
Pull on each side
Very
to
loud.
adjust. Put on your own mask before helping others.
No, it's not that one.
If we land on water, take the life jacket from under your seat. Put it over your head. Pass the tapes around your waist. Click together and pull the strap to adjust.
There we go.
Do not inflate it inside the aircraft. When outside, inflate by pulling the toggle. If it fails
Please
to
shuts.
inflate or needs topping up, blow into the tube. There is a light and whistle for attracting attention. We also carry flotation aids for children. Your tray table must now be stowed, armrest down, window blinds open, and seatbelt fastened.
Available,
We wish you a
updated,
pleasant flight.
0 fuel weight and center of gravity. Final numbers. So I'm gonna wait until the packs come on. There's 2. There's 1. After start checklist
Anti-ice.
off.
ECAM status.
Checked.
Pitch trim.
%32% set.
Rudder trim.
0.
After start checklist complete.
Flight control check.
Ready. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral.
Rudder.
With you. Full left. Full right. Neutral.
So let's see how they would send us here. Mike's on this north side of the airport, I believe. So we're gonna come out to spot 4. Oh, this is the central base, or whatever the hell they call it at Miami. 4 is over here. So let's say they called us for spot 3. Keep an eye on the brake temps. Sit right here. There we go. Oh no, it's spot 2. Oops. Alright. Miami ground. Good morning, American 961, spot 2 taxi. And they would say probably continue via November. Continue via November.
Cabin crew seats for departure, please.
Because I imagine coming back on Mike, they would use for the inbounds. So we'll continue. Actually, we can't. Yes, we can. We go all the way down. And they're already in the back. Hi, it's Norman.
Hello, it's Norman. That's the cabin secure for takeoff. Thank
I
you.
need another cup of coffee as soon as we get airborne. And some more water, because I gotta hydrate.
Cabin crew, thank you very much for your hard work today.
No.
Your doors are clear to open.
No, they're not. I don't know what happened. That button used to not do that. Before takeoff checklist. Before takeoff checklist.
Cabin crew,
Flight
please
controls.
arm your doors for departure. Thank
Checked.
you.
Checked. Flight instruments.
Checked.
Checked. Briefing.
Confirmed.
Flap setting.
Config 1 plus F.
Config 1 plus F. V1, VR, V2, flex temp.
V1 138, VR 143, V2 147, flex temp 70 degrees.
V1 138, VR 143, V2 147, flex temp 70 degrees. ATC.
Set.
ECAM memo.
Takeoff no blue.
Down to the line.
See, the real professionals would keep it off the taxiway lights. Every time I'm down here, I feel like playing this. Every time I come to Miami, I just feel like I hear this song in my head. Here we go. Coming up to the holding. Right up to the hold line. Below the line.
Takeoff runway.
08 right confirmed. 08 right confirmed.
Confirmed. Cabin crew.
Advised.
TCAS.
TARA.
Engine mode selector.
Normal.
PAX.
On.
Before takeoff checklist complete.
Alright, it's RNAV baller. Ready?
Affirm.
Brakes okay, brakes are good. This is going to be a gorgeous departure. I'm going to stick the autopilot on, we'll get some nice wing views. I gotta fix that texture situation. Always happens down here for whatever reason. I think I gotta take the Orbex file. Takeoff.
Check.
Stabilized. And flex 70 SRS runway auto thrust flip.
Checked. Thrust set.
Check.
$100 knots.
Check.
V1.
V1.
Rotate.
Oh, that's right, this is a new MSN.
Positive climb.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Fly that first turn. Autopilot 1.
Checked.
Thrust climb, auto thrust.
Checked.
Say 1000. See the hard rock at Fort Lauderdale there. Can't remember if that's, nope, that's the Marlins. Flap 0.
Speed checked. Flap 0.
Gonna go right over South Beach. Actually, we're gonna turn down the intercoastal here. Water masking. I got my anti-aliasing down. Rich people down here, folks. South Beach. I can reach over and get this off a repeat now. Off we go. Alright, 350.
Checked.
That's that. Let's get through 10,000 and we'll go, through 10,000 we'll go up and get,
checked.
Off we go. After takeoff climb checklist.
Landing gear.
Up.
Flaps.
Retracted.
Packs.
On.
Down to the line. Confirm seatbelts off.
Confirm. That's Homestead down there, if I
Confirm.
remember.
Clear
Ladies
red
and
nav.
gentlemen, please keep your
Confirm.
seatbelt fastened while the seatbelt sign is on. We recommend.
Too much of a
This
difference.
includes e-cigarettes.
Checked.
Because boy, do we need it.
Just from our selection of fresh food available today. All details can be found in your in-flight brochure. You can also purchase a selection of hot beverages together with drinks and snacks from the bar. We accept payment in pounds, euros, most major currencies.
Confirm
and
copy.
debit
Active
or
to
credit
secondary.
cards.
Confirm.
The correct change would be greatly appreciated. And if we can be of any further assistance, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
Cruise flight level is as shown. Optimum flight level is as shown. Recommended max flight level is as shown. Are you happy with our current selected flight level?
Yes.
Okay.
It's 189 miles to go. Keep this one perfect and then we'll go frog after a bit.
Checked.
No clouds in the, still cloudy in the Keys, huh? So I will be driving across, I believe it's this one. The other one.
Checked.
I will be driving across this bridge to visit my good buddy Evan. Is the other one. It's a long stretch right here, but I'll be driving across. My buddy lives right down here. Hopefully we'll do a little fishing. Maybe some margaritas. I gotta ask him what this is. Oh, let's get that standard set. It's a little bright. It's a little better. What's the need for it? It's like 9.8. I've been having problems with the IAEs lately. Being almost 1,000 pounds over. Set standard. Set standard. Set standard.
Standard. Cross-checked. Passing flight level 170. Now.
Checked. Below the line.
Baro ref.
Standard set.
Standard set. After takeoff, climb checklist complete.
Standard. Alright, be back to you in just a few. Put some daytime cinematics on for my buddy at Transport Hub. Almost there.
1,000 to go.
Checked. Now, our landing weight, if we go back to the load sheet. So we're going to have 10.4 on landing. And we're supposed to have 9.8, so that's for 600 pounds on top of the landing weight. There's the landing weight here. Yeah. 35,381, so we'll call it 136. Our max landing weight's 137.7. Mach L star.
Cruising flight level 350. Check.
Checked. Mach L cruise. Out cruise. Look at that, we've dumped almost a gig and change of VRAM. So let me just double check on max. So let's take a look at the charts while we're cruising here. We need a picture of this plane. Let's get one. For Volanta. Here's the Dengu is our step climb point as of right now. Interesting. Alright, let's get the charts going. Excellent. Oh, it didn't save. We could actually probably step now. So here's the arrival. Talag to Melbo, 10 or 9 above. We get a swing around the valley here. I can put a 25 miles quadrant kind of sector situation on the TNTVOR. So we'll do that now. So it's 180, 360, 270. And we got 10.4, 8,900, or 8,400 at least in that. Wait, is that right? No, excuse me, 10.4 in that sector. 7,700 in this sector. Excuse me, 8,400 in this sector because you're descending. 8,400. 8,600 to the north. So let's do that now. We'll put the fix in. So we need the TNTVOR, which is probably about 600 miles away. There we go. Alright, so we need 360. Oh, no. Radius is 25. Right? Now we need 360, 180. And one more. 270. Actually, I don't need the 25. All I need is the radial. And then I'm gonna do 6 miles and 10 miles. With an approach like this, we want to be configured early. Alright, let's take a look at the plan. Plan mode. Let's bring our range back down. Alright, so Talag, I'll bring it right down. So this is the sector safe here, right? And we'll start descending on in. And then, so if we look here, the TG017, that's at 10 miles. So we'll start, we want to be at least flap 1 here, right? And I believe that's max 250. Yeah, max 250. Matter of fact, why don't we call that 210 at 210? You know what? Even 190 would be all right. So let's say 190 slash. And we'll insert that. That's much better. TG013 is 165 or less max, because basically they don't want you coming off the radius here. Alright, so we come down TG011, that's the missed approach point at 4144, I believe. 4429. So right here. And from TG015. A 3.5 degree glide angle. So yeah, we need to be configured actually at in between 017 and 015. We need to be completely configured. So we'll want to almost configure it Melvo. I've done this approach a couple times and it's not gone very well a few times. Let's pin this. Airport info. Take a look at the overview. So we'll be coming in like right here, like right over this, right here. 5.3 degree Pappy, huh? Guidance for A and B, and we're category C. So we might have to turn the jip whiz off. And it's a 5,400 foot runway. This is awesome. Our usable length, 5,400 feet. Come around. They don't even have a thing for gates, but they do have gates over there. Let's leave that reference overview. So yeah, we'll be coming out of this valley here. Right in. Is that north, right? Yeah. Man, let's look at north. So we'll be swinging right here. Come right over this bad boy right here. Yeah, 20 is no big deal. Over Cuba right now. Alright, so we'll rebrief that when we get down there. We're set up, you know, we're going to want to configure early. Can't see any of Cuba really, maybe a little bit. See what our optimum altitude is. Yeah, see, it's already 355. So Dangoon about 60 miles. Report 1731, so 90 minutes. Unless we take a shortcut, which probably we won't do. because I don't want the landing weight to go up by too much. So 2 and 3, so we're 5,000. Get about 5,000 pounds to max landing weight, and we're gonna burn 6,600 roughly. So it's right on the line. It's 16:01. We'll wait a couple minutes to get an updated weather report. Maybe do our step climb, get an updated weather report. So it's pretty much straight. Once you get to Pabel or Pabel, it's pretty much straight on in. And then you've got the mountains to deal with. Well, somebody's already down there. And they're going to Guatemala City. So, if I remember right, you break out like here. Or is it here? I think it's here. Here. You break in here. Come all the way down this way. And then land. Like, yeah, you pop out this valley right here. It can get gnarly. I mean, I remember being last time I was fast. I wasn't on profile. I tried to let the plane do it itself, but there was raining clouds as well. Probably should have landed 2-0. I can't remember if it was Tegucigalpa that had the 7.5 crash back in the day. I believe it was. And they had the TNT ADF tuned in. Ah, there it is. Yep, it was indeed this airport. Well, they brought. Let's see. The American used to do 757s down here. Taka 390, A320. It's common for pilots to do a second go around there, finally after circling for a bit. We descended as our plane swooped in. I noticed that the landing was so smooth that it felt unreal. This is on Sam Chui's blog. In the middle of the landing, everyone began clapping. Everybody was cheering. But I looked out the window to my left and I noticed we had passed a set of markers that indicate we were approaching the end of the runway. In that split second, when I felt something was wrong, I pulled my seatbelt tighter, threw my arms up, and braced. I knew we were going to hit something. So this guy survived. Pilot error. Runway slick after the tropical storm, heavy fog, and too far down the runway. There was fire. Captain died upon impact. In total 5, 3 in the aircraft, 2 on a taxi in the ground. Interesting. CFIT flight. Let's see. Second most extreme compared to Paro, I think, or Lukla. I mean, Lukla is obviously, you know, there's no choice. Hey, it's the southern tip of Cuba. Alright, Dengu. Flight level 370 set. Thrust climb, open climb. New cruise out, 370. Clear. Let's see. Accidents and incidents. That was 2008, the Taka 390. Tan Sasa, 727. Hit a hill. There was a South American, there was South America. And they had the VOR tune, and they went right in the side of a mountain. Colombia, 965. Is this it? Yes, the no, yep. So they had a duplicate NDB. So this was SKCL, Cali, Colombia. So American Flight 965 was the one I was talking about. So what happened here is they didn't have any air traffic control because it had been blown up in 1992 by the Terra Group FARC. I'm reading from Wikipedia here. The Cali approach uses several radio beacons to guide pilots around the mountains and canyons. The FMS had the beacons programmed in and should have, in theory, told the pilots, you know, where to turn, climb and descend all the way from Miami down. The wind was calm. They asked the pilots if they wanted to fly straight into 19, then rather than coming around to 01. They agreed straight in because they wanted to make up some time. Controller, they cleared the approach waypoints from their navigation computer. The controller asked the pilots to check back in over Tuluá, north of Cali. It was no longer programmed in the computer, so they had to pull out their charts to find it. In the meantime, they extended the speed brakes, and they're in a 7.5. So by the time they got the coordinates, they already passed it. So then they try to program it for the next approach waypoint, which is Rosso, the Rosso NDB. On their charts, it was identified as Romeo. Colombia had duplicated the identifier for the Romeo NDB near Bogota, and the computer's list of stored waypoints did not include the Rosso NDB as R, but only under the full name of Rosso. In cases where a country allowed duplicate identifiers, it often listed them with the largest city first, and of course Bogota would have been the larger city. In other words, the Rosso waypoint should have been at the top of the FMS since it was the nearest one, but because in the case of Flight 965 it was not. Only several other waypoints that began with R. So let's see if we can do see if they've fixed that in this data. So if I go to RadNav and I punch in R, right? Nothing that's close enough for us. Well, actually, let's see. We got one more fix page. No, I don't have a fix page. I can run a fix on Cali. What's the Cali airport identifier? Let's see. SKCL. So let's see. so let's do this. SKCO. It won't show. So let's put MHTG02 and 10 back in there. We just go secondary. No, I'll stick it in the prog page. So SKCL is 1152. All right, so let's go back to the rad nav. 1152 roughly. 1447. 300 miles. I don't think so. So let's go back and see if they did it the right way. Nope. Let's see if we can find it on the chart. Where is it? That's on the Brazil side. Or Rio, almost. It's almost in Rio, so that's not it. That's sort of Colombia, but not where we're going. Interesting. So, there's Cali. Bogota. Like Cali's up here. SKCL. I mean, I'm sure they're all going to be. Yeah, so it's holding. They probably were flying a VOR approach at that point. I mean, it's all new stuff. So you got CLO. There's Tulua, so they were asked to report Tulua. See if we can find any NDBs anywhere. That's the actual airport. Low en route. It's probably out of service now. Or actually, might not be. If we search R. Well, let me search just one thing. Interesting. So we're coming over here today. So we're Mach L Cruise 1614. We're arriving at TV02 report. So just under an hour. So let's grab some updated weather. Let's see what we got. Zero 10 at 10. Few at 22 and a broken 28. So 3024 at 1024. So we switch this. Oh, convenient. I like it when they give you both. Much easier that way. Or we pass it down here to the right. You have enough VRAM to try EA? I don't want to try EA just yet. That'd probably bop it up to 8 gigs. Hasn't quite released all the VRAM from before. You can just start to see that 180 radial into the Tango November Tango VOR. Take the fuel at double check the fuel at Pabel. Make sure we're good to go. I got the chat open, so feel free. Now, I wonder if 7.9 gives us any less fuel. It's only going to save us a minute or two. So we got just about an hour to go, so let's pull the winds from this hour so we get a better descent idea. We're in selected Mach 7.9. I'll take the fuel at NACT and Pavel and just match them up. See what we get here. So NACT 15.2 and 6.3 on the bottom, so we're already over 6.3. The FS Labs does a weird thing. You're almost dead on, or you're closer on the fuel used than, I don't know. I'm still playing with it, but it's relatively close. You know, we just lost 100 pounds, so 0.79 gave us 10.3 on the arrival. I would call it like a 1740 arrival after slowing down and everything like that. What's the temperature again? Hot, probably. Since it's basically on the equator. Let's see. 22, not too bad. Well, it's in the valley with the mountains. Alright, that's Mach T. Alright, or NOC T. So 15,200 is the minimum on board. We got 15,520. And then 6.3, so a little bit over. Cooling down a little bit more in the back. 71 is kind of man unless you're going north in the summertime, or excuse me, north in the wintertime. Like on the Hawaiian flight I was on, we were coming from 86 degrees or 84 degrees down to 19 degrees, and boy did he announce it, and then the whole plane groaned. We actually could be at 15.2 right now, because I think 200 pounds is unusable. So we got our wind data uplink. Come in here, drop it in. Tropopause, if we take a look, should already be up to, oh yeah, way above our heads now. So I can actually write it. Right about here actually is where the tropopause comes up. So that's going to be 553 for the arrival. .7 miles to the top of descent, and we're over an empty stretch of water here. Yeah, once we leave the island, what's that island south of Cuba called? Garona, Nueva Garona. So once we leave that, Cancun's actually not too far off to the west of us right now. Matter of fact, when we come up to Pavel, or Pavel, it's, I want to say it's within 320. Let's see if it shows up. Oh yeah, there it is. So it'll be a beam right there. So we still have a A321 down in not Quito. What's that other one down there in Ecuador? Where's Bogota? Colombia. Here we go. Olmedo. It is Quito. Marisol Sucre, right? Quito, and then you have also SEGU, which is Guayaquil, Ecuador. Not as far. Further south, but not as much. I mean, it's in the base of the mountain, so it's like almost on the coast. It's on the river. Actually, I think I moved. That plane moved, if I remember right. Yeah, that plane moved. So we got a mint bird here. Yeah. So I consider the planes, after sitting in 2 days in a spot, I'll consider the plane to be, you know, allowed to be moved back to the next place. Otherwise, I do try to go. So I got to bring 565 back from Bermuda. Probably go to JFK. Maybe Wednesday. Do a couple of legs, like a Bermuda JFK morning flight out to maybe Chicago. Still got 640s in Denver. I gotta do a Southwest flight soon. My last Southwest flight, the A-car is messed up on me. That reminds me. Take one last reading at Paybell. Take a quick let's see. So let's get down to Paybell for 28. Top of descent in 355. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see. Yeah. Well, see, we go outside. Let's see something. You can kind of see, yeah. You can kind of see the coastline out there. Yucatan sticking out. We do the terrain. There she is. And then if you do this, or if you do this, see Cancun and surrounding. And you start seeing South America up ahead. Matter of fact, we need to... Jipwiz terrain's gotta come off, I think. Alright, get a fuel rating at Paybell. And we're having 31, so we should be able to get an updated weather. 32 now. Lost a minute. Light winds here. So we're gonna have more winds on the descent than anything. Talag is 056 at 28. Picks up right around top of descent. So 030 at 6, view 14, perfect. So that's come up a little bit. Biggest thing I look for is the dew point spread now. Earlier when we left Miami, the 1400 weather report was 1400 Zulu weather report. When the flight plan was generated, it was 19 and 60. When they get close like that, you can get fog. You know, if it's 19, 19, no good. You're gonna get fog. So I think it's Pable, Talag, Melville, right? Pable, Talag, Melville into the RNF. All right, so let's take the fuel coming up right here. So we're supposed to have 14,400 pounds remaining, and we're supposed to have burned 7,100 pounds as we cross over Pable. As you can see, a little bit higher here. And then 14.4. Burning about 89, 90 pounds a minute. And here comes the turn over Pable. Try to wait till we're within a mile. Okay, there it is. 14.7 and 7.3. So, we're 300 pounds to the good, but we've burned 200 pounds more than we're supposed to. Roughly, give or take. So we're good with the flight plan. I still can't figure out how we're landing, like the calculation on this. We're supposed to have 9.8 when we land. We might. 500 pounds for flap, because we are going to configure early, so we shall see, my friends. All right, let me give you some cinematics here for a little bit. Gonna hit the restroom, hydrate in preparation for my booster shot. What's worse is I have to go to work afterwards. And we'll be back to you in just about 10 minutes or so.
Ladies and gentlemen, take full advantage of your tax-free allowances today and make some amazing savings with our boutique range. In your in-flight brochure, you'll find details of our award-winning selection of gifts, most with massive discounts. Make the most of your opportunity to shop and save from the comfort of your seat. If you'd like to see any products, have any questions, or would like to make great savings, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
Alright, 160 to top of descent, 51 past the hour. Don't know if we're going to get updated weather. Let's see what the last weather was. Let's see. So our last weather, actually I have to set this. Well, that's not too bad. Let's come down there. We'll do camera, McDo glance, Z. Oops. McDo glance Z for zoom. And then we'll preset it. Put it on number pad 3. So now it'll just cycle these two views. Excuse me. What do we got here? Well, something just went. Oh. Alright. Let's see. So this was, it was bang on the hour at 1600. So we've got 80 miles, about 10 minutes. 143 at 1711. Yep. So just under 160. 160 is about 20 minutes. But we have a little bit of a headwind now. We're down to 453 across the ground. All right, let's set up this approach briefing. So, what's the transition? I think it's 19,000 actually. Over here. 200. So it's going to be an RNAV. Final approach fix. Four 429. And that's a decision height. And then we'll get the weather and everything in there shortly. Matter of fact, let's grab one more wind report because we want these winds to be as close to accurate as possible. And it's going to be medium max, config full, and we will be securing the aircraft because I got things to do and places to go. See, we've got our fixes in there. Bringing in a 160. You have control.
I have control.
Are you ready for the approach briefing?
Ready.
Okay, we've got an A319. Tech status is good. No TAMs for MHTG. I did not see anything. Let's take a check of Volanta. Airport briefing. Miami. All right, here we go. No TAMs. Alternate has no TAMs. Weather is relatively decent. Some cloud cover. There's the wind data. Put that in there. Now let's try the perf. Let's see if we get on the ATSU here. Yeah, still 1600. It's gonna be 02. Extra fuel. We have 4,000 extra, so we get just about an hour extra on top of reserve and alternate. Altitude and speed constraints. So we gotta be Melvo 9,000. I'm gonna stick that in as a hard constraint, actually. I call it for Melvo above 9,000, so I'm gonna stick Melvo in at 9,000, so we are not at all above that. Plus 9,000, so let's stick this in as 9,000 hard limit. Excuse me. Right. And then altitude and speed constraints. Coming off Melvo to the RMP north arrival. It's TG017 at 8,000, 6.5, 4.2, TG015. And if the layer is lower, so it requires 2.6 kilometer visibility for category C, right? So that's the minimum hub. There is no ILS on the field, I don't think. Nope. You got a VO. You got a choice for a VOR, runway 2. So you'd circle. You'd come on the TNT VOR down. You'd do the teardrop, back around. Not as exciting as the RNAV, of course, right? Even the RNAV 20, you snake through the valley. This is kind of the same path as the SID on the way out to Melvo, right? If you look at the SID, kind of the same path. Back to the approach. So TG015 7,000, and then it's a left turn arc on a 3.5 degree angle down, right? I have to figure out, obviously not now. Now is not the greatest time for that, but I'll figure out how to put the charts app in like a corner on the screen after Christmas when I go get a webcam, so you guys can see the throttles and the throttles and thing. Holding if we need to hold. It's gonna be, where is the hold? It's gotta be at Melvo, right? There is no hold on this, isn't it? That's the south approach. Climb and intercept lateral navigation. Maintain RNP track. Max 175 knot. Re-engage LNAV by TG011. Oh, so it just brings you right back around. Alright. So it's 7,000 feet for the final approach fix. Glide path 3.5, 4429. Missed approach is back around right on the RNAV. Alternate MHLM, no problem there. Degraded nav, let's check that. We do not want to be off position in these hills here. We got 1700. Hopefully we get that weather real quick. We're good. So I'm going to put in required 0.3. That should switch automatically as a matter of fact. Runway data. It's a 319, so we don't have it. VLS is 126. VAP 131. Let's try to get that weather one more time. Now that it's 1700. Hopefully it pops right on the hour. But sometimes active sky can be a little late. Drum roll, please. There it is. Okay, 010 at 12. Few 2300. Broken 3000. 2316. 1023. Or 3021. I'm going to borrow his and copy it over. Alright. Bang on the button. Alright. So. 0, 1, 0, 1, 2. Temps 23. So those clouds, as the temp rises, you can see the dew points staying the same. As that spread increases, you're going to get you know, the clouds will start burning off more. Hopefully that's the idea. Tail strike, it's a 319. We'd have to yank pretty hard. Expected taxi routing is going to be vacate left. Vacate left all the way down the end. It doesn't even say what's what. So we probably either, I'm guessing it'll be the end. Maybe we might make that, but I doubt it. We're not going to push it. Displace threshold. And then it'll be taxi back around to the gate. Alright. That's that, that's that. Let's put this up. Can actually delete. There we go. Alright, rad navs. Let's punch in TNT. Dynamite approach. Alright. Any questions? Any questions?
None.
I have control.
You have control.
10:23 now. RadNav. Just call the VOR approach. Take that, check that real quick. VOR runway 2019. So if all else fails, you can grab that VOR inbound. 23 degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit, 73.4. Good morning again, ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck. Your captain speaking. I'm assisted ably by First Officer Transport Hub this morning. We'll be beginning our descent in the next 5 or 6 minutes down into Toncontin Airport. It is quite the scenic approach. Please do not be alarmed. There will be mountains on both sides of the planes for those of you in the window seats. Highly recommend you get your GoPros and iPhones ready to go. We'll be arriving runway 2, so we'll be circling around to land. Weather in Toncontin, Tegucigalpa this morning. Light winds, northeast, about 15 miles an hour. Some scattered clouds, a few clouds in the sky, kind of hanging low in the mountains. Temperature 74 degrees Celsius, 74 degrees Fahrenheit, 23 degrees Celsius. Nice day down in Honduras. Thanks for flying American. Hope you enjoyed the experience, even if your knees, you can't feel your knees or your legs anymore because we have tight seats. I can only recommend that you fly Delta next time, or JetBlue. There's a lot more legroom. Thanks again for flying with us. Hope you enjoyed it. Good morning again, ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck. Your captain speaking. I'm assisted ably by First Officer Transport Hub this morning. We'll be beginning our descent in the next 5 or 6 minutes down into Toncontin Airport. It is quite the scenic approach. Please do not be alarmed. There will be mountains on both sides of the planes for those of you in the window seats. Highly recommend you get your GoPros and iPhones ready to go. We'll be arriving runway 2, so we'll be circling around to land. Weather in Toncontin, Tegucigalpa this morning. Light winds, northeast, about 15 miles an hour. Some scattered clouds, and a few clouds in the sky, kind of hanging low in the mountains. Temperature 74 degrees Celsius, 74 degrees Fahrenheit, 23 degrees Celsius. Nice day down in Honduras. Thanks for flying American. Hope you enjoyed the experience, even if your knees, you can't feel your knees or your legs anymore because we have tight seats. I can only recommend that you fly Delta next time, or JetBlue. There's a lot more leg room. Thanks again for flying with us. Hope you enjoyed it. There you go, Hop. You get the shout out, kid. Hey, I can see the coastline. Here we go. Nothing on this side yet? No. 35 miles to top of descent. Alright. We're going to want to approach early. Or, bleh. We're going to want to configure as early as possible. Even though that puts a little extra drag on the plane. Not the hugest deal in the world. I do have the chat going. Any questions, feel free to put them in there. We're going to go sterile just after transition. So again, it's not altitude hub, it's visibility. And there are some storms in the area. Get something out there to the... Yeah, there's some stuff there. Actually, might do something and fly into Kentucky where those tornadoes were and see what it looks like on the ground. I have some friends down there. Fortunately, it sounds like they're all okay. So once we get to Talag, it's you know, go time from there basically. Select auto brake medium here. Oops. So 320 feet. So when we do push at the transition, we're going to be 320 feet high. So I'm going to start down just a little bit early. Descent mode set up for 318 knots or 0.78. Now what happens is if your cost index is up higher, as you descend, it has trouble keeping that Mach. The Mach number moves. You can watch it here on the thing, and that's what happens when Fifi decides to dive. So let's see, Prague MHTG 02, that's good to go. Melvo 9000. 10.4, still holding at 10.4. I imagine that'll go down a little bit once we slow down and configure. And then I get to go have a shot, and I'm really not looking forward to that. Alright. Let's dial in 7,000. 2 miles to go. Thrust idle descent. Thrust idle descent. 9,000 magenta.
Checked. Checked.
Now watch, you're gonna chase the path here.
Checked.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will shortly be landing. Please ensure your cabin bag is safely stowed with your laptop inside. Your tray table must be stowed, armrest down, and window blind open. You now need to be seated with your seatbelt fastened, ready for landing.
See how that 260?
Please help us by handing in any rubbish,
See how that
newspapers,
260's
or magazines
moving
that
up?
you do not want to take with you. The toilets are no longer in service.
And we're still got 53% thrust. And here it comes again, still moving up. 60 feet high now. Must be over here. Let's put a 210 on Melville. So the slower we go, the better off we're gonna be. And here it comes down to idle because it's losing the path. We need to chase. So thrust idle. Chasing. Now I'm gonna pull the level off. Just a little trick. And then engage, manage descent again. Excuse me. Storms in the mountains, for sure. And there they are. Alright. I'm gonna go terrain system off. Now, can I still see terrain? Nope. Nope, but we don't want it to warn us, so there's that. Make sure I got it. That's a nasty one. Still looks like a legacy cloud right there. the glide slope.
Cabin crew, prepare for arrival.
Transition. QNH 1023 set.
1020 set, passing 19,000. Now.
Checked. Well, wait a minute. I can't have the whole system off. Well, it's turning off, right? I don't know. We'll leave it on for now. We'll see what see what develops. All right, let's bring this in nice and tight.
1020 set, passing 16,500. Now.
Checked.
Checked.
Approach checklist.
Briefing.
Confirmed.
ECAM status.
Checked.
Seatbelts.
On.
Baro ref.
1023 set.
1020 set, minimum.
4429 feet set.
4429 feet set. Engine mode selector.
Normal.
Approach checklist complete.
We actually might need this. The low stuff's 4600. Come on, 37.
Checked.
Thanks. Did it again.
Checked.
Activate approach phase, please. Speed.
Checked. Approach phase activated.
Out constraint.
Checked.
Descent fluid.
Checked.
Right about three-quarter breakout. Thrust idle descent.
Checked.
9,000 magenta.
Checked.
Dropped it to half speed brake now. Watch the turbulence. Green dot's about 209.
Checked.
Flaps 1.
Speed checked. Flaps 1.
Just gonna bring it right down to 190. So we can go right to S speed and we'll hold it. Alright. Let's try to get some of this clutter off the way here. Put the terrain on this side. Speed out constraint start.
Checked.
Anything yet? Oh, there we go. Flaps 2.
Speed checked. Flaps 2.
Bird mode.
Checked.
Pre-select 3.5. And that was from TG017, I believe. Let's double check that real quick. TG015 at 7,000. Al constraint star.
Checked.
Okay. 8,400 now. Final approach.
Checked.
Gear down.
Gear down.
Flaps 3.
Speed checked. Flaps 3.
Flaps full.
Speed checked. Flaps full.
Landing checklist.
Cabin crew.
Advised.
Auto thrust.
Speed.
Auto brake.
Medium.
ECAM memo.
Waiting on that. mode reversion. So we're still in LNAV.
Cabin crew seats for landing, please.
Should be 2,000 feet here in a second.
2,500.
There it is. A little bit low. Okay, all pilots away. Flight director's off. A little bit low. A little bit low.
2,000.
Set runway track. Yeah. At least he tried. 599. Landing no blue.
Landing checklist complete. Checked.
Runway in sight.
Checked.
4144. Little bit low. Little bit low. Bring it up.
Checked.
Stable.
Checked. 1,000.
100 above.
100 above.
Minimum.
Continue.
Checked.
Oh boy.
Sync rate.
$500. 400. 400. 300. 200.
Sync rate. Sync rate. Sync rate. Sync rate. Sync rate. Sync rate. Sync rate.
100.
100, 50, 30, 20, retard, 10, 5.
Spoilers, reverse grain, decel. $70 knots.
Made it. Barely, but we made it. And we made, what is this, Alpha? Whatever this is, we made it. Outstanding. You're gonna have to do a replay of that. It's a good thing we're not on VATSIM. Alright.
Ladies and
Non-suitable
gentlemen, the cabin crew will shortly be leaving their seats to perform
Go to
safety-related
gate
duties.
2.
However,
That's where
we
they
ask
go.
that you remain seated until the fasten seatbelt sign has been switched off. Portable electronic devices for
After landing
messaging,
checklist.
calls, or internet
Flaps.
access
Retracted.
may now be used.
Spoilers,
Disarmed.
Please make sure
APU.
to take
Start.
all your personal belongings with
Radar.
you, checking in the seat pocket, underneath
Off.
the seat, and
Predictive
in the
wind shear
overhead
system.
lockers.
Off.
Do take
After
care
landing
of opening
checklist
the
complete.
lockers in case anything falls out. Smoking is not permitted until you reach a designated smoking area. On behalf of the captain and the crew, it has been our pleasure looking after you today. Our ground crew will help you complete your journey.
You did the PBR all around here. I don't know why. I don't know if that's my anti-alias thing or what, but very shimmery. But nice airport. This is Project Max, Toncontin. Highly recommend it. Not too expensive on the sim market. Taxi light off, please. You gonna marshal her here? Okay. So yeah, look at that. After our taxi, it's gonna be about 9.8, 9.9. Granted, remember, we did configure early. If we were going somewhere else, we may have not configured early. Boy, this thing goes flying. Yeah, we're gonna have to come back to the left. So bring it in slow. Is that Hermione again? Ooh, easy, easy, easy. Sensitive steering. There we go. Alright. A319's right there. I need a GSX profile for this. She says 10 more feet, I say no. Alright, so we'll shut down, get our results. Cabin crew, disarm slides and cross check. Okay, 10%. There we go. Picked up a lot of bugs on the way in too. Alright, parking checklist. Parking checklist.
APU bleed.
On.
Engines.
Off.
Seatbelts.
Off.
Exterior lights.
Nav logo on.
Fuel pumps.
Off.
Parking brake and shocks.
On and in.
Parking checklist complete.
Alright, there's the ground power, and let's see, what else do we have? I'm not gonna engage the ground power, because I wanna see the replay of this. Hopefully from the runway. I felt like the turn was just a little too much, like maybe I should have started it earlier, but I have started that turn early and had to drift back to the right. So, We can compare it just a minute as they offload everything.
Ladies and gentlemen, your portable electronic devices must not be used until you are inside the airport. When disembarking, please take care and hold on to the handrails while walking down
So
the
let's
stairs.
take a look at Volanta
Please ensure
first.
that you supervise your children, and for your own safety,
Cancel
do
that.
not walk underneath the wing.
Oh, I have to end it first. Alright, let's take a quick screenshot. In the mountains. There's a Pizza Hut right out here. Pizza Hut and a Burger King and Church's Chicken. And a KFC. Look at that. So I've come in, come in the valley and turned shy. It's supposed to be, I think, this hill right here. This is the hill that they watch the landings from. What is this? Is that the razor wire? It is. It's the razor wire. Interesting. I don't know why it's so shimmery. It's nice, but it's a little distracting. So let's let them get everything off the plane. I don't want to have to disable GSX, and then we'll take a replay. I'll go ahead and cancel the Volanta. I can always add screenshots afterwards. Alright. Third person today. Unlocked Honduras. What is going on here? There we go. Minus 184, 1.48. I'm good with that. I'm happy. That's going to be a little thump. So interesting here on the TG017 leg. That was actually pretty good. I probably should have taken the TNT VOR off. And unfortunately, Volanta's still reading me as like 7,000 feet in the air or something like that. Yeah, right. Can't complain about that. So it looks like, we had the straight in leg here. That went well. And then I believe if I did this in a 7.3 that it would be a radius to fixed leg. Is there a way to fold that up a little bit? No. Now approach report's going to yell at me. It's going to say completely unstable. But let's take a peek. See, this approach report's going to be like, "What are you doing? This is a front page event." All right, here it is. Not met. Actually, high risk, not a front page event. So 28.1 degrees. All right. So this burble right here, right? And remember, we were on a 3.5 glide path, so we should have been, theoretically, we should have been coming down this way the whole time. Right, from 10 miles. So I took the autopilot at 9. Let's see if we get it in the satellite here. I mean, that looks pretty good with the chart to me. Let's bring up the chart and take a peek. See, here we go. So you come in from Melvo, right? There we go. Oh, sorry, that's a little. All right, there's the runway, right? Right there. Okay. So came in from Melvo. So this actually, so TG015 is probably here, right? TG12 right here. I would call that actually pretty good. Did get a little bit too far to the left. I've turned inside of this before. I mean, I guess that's the optimal track. Start the turn a little bit earlier, I guess. Well, that's left turn arc at 3398, and then down you go. So what we'll do is once they're done, which I think they are just about done, we'll start the engines and take a replay. Where's the tower at this place? So yeah, the tower will be an excellent view. Have us coming down through the stuff here. Ugh, picked up a lot of bugs. So I think next time I'll get rid of the fix. I'll get rid of that TNT fix. Why does it still? It's still showing on his. So as soon as they're done, they're already got the baggage off. Bird activity too, huh? How's the VRAM down here anyway? Oh, not bad at all. Not bad at all. Alright, deboarding's completed. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to prepare. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go options. Or no, it's not that one, is it? Is it that one? No. So I'm going to do menu, panel states, load state, engines running, confirm. Alright, I'm going to remove. Oh. Oops. Oh, the chalk's gone. Beacon's on. Gonna give me hot brakes now. What's it giving me? Manual landing elevation, which is 3340. Yeah, good enough. All right, let's take the replay. Open chase plane. Replay. Show playback window. All right, let's get right back to here. Master caution, park brake on. Take care of that. So where were we altitude wise? 75. So this was coming in. Let me see if I can MHTG insert. There we go. So perfect. So we were already flaps 1 here. Or flaps 2, excuse me. I think we were actually configured for landing. Yeah, we took flaps 3 and flaps 4 here. So let's see, can the tower see us yet? Nope, still behind the hill. But we'll be coming from behind this mountain. Hey, there we are. Some lights would probably help, wouldn't they? I wish I could release it right here. Go for it again. So I think next time what I'll do is I'll get rid of that fix so I can see the proper line. love how it thinks we're going uphill right now. We did take a bit of a wind shear. I don't know if this is my terrain mesh or what this is, but it could be just the blurries from, if I go top down for a second, because I have it on 4K. You can actually see the valley we're coming through. I wonder if this would have been a flaps 3 landing for... Alright, so here's the straightaway. Track is good. I know we can't read this, but the track is good. I adjusted a little bit there for the wind. Okay, tower's got us coming down the pike. Lit up like a Christmas tree. We're getting pushed this way the whole time, so I theoretically should have curved in and let the wind set me back. There's 1.0. There we go, 1.0 zooms right there.
$1,000.
Stable. Clear that. Oh, let me clear it. Alright, so here's TG011. And the turn should start here and come above this plateau, right here. No, I don't have
it. 400.
There's the clover leaf right here. Yeah, maybe a little bit tighter because of the wind. I should have started out a little bit sooner. And then we're going to catch some lift when we level the wings. Adjusting, and remember wind's pushing us this way. Displace threshold.
20. Retard.
Look at that. I'm happy with that. All day long. All day long I'm happy with that. It's going to give us another approach report. Let's just see one more time. One more time, this time from all the way in the back. The whole time. I want to see the turn. Should be... There we go, starting the turn. Gnarly. Let's go to lock spot. Just thinking visual cues. If I get a heavier wind next time. You gotta think, the airport's there. Yeah. Yep. Next time, a little earlier on the turn. Because if we're visual at that point, catch a little burble of lift there. Adjusting. Hold it. There we go. Happy with that. All right, from Toncontin. Having 1,200 feet. We're deleting that one. We're not counting those two. Did he give me two or just one? Yeah. Nope. Delete. From Toncontin, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the stream, and we'll be back to you with another interesting stream as soon as we possibly can.